And welcome to the news today on YHC. We're going to get started with a special guest we have today. We have Dr. Ken Dobbins, the president of Southeast Missouri State University, along with us today. And Dr. Dobbins, it's good to have you on with us.
Tyler, thank you very much for welcoming me here. We're looking forward to having the conversation with you.
Of course. And Southeast Missouri State, up in Cape Girardeau, of course, but you have your regional campuses here in and around our area.
Yeah, and that's a very important part of what we do to serve our region, because we are comprehensive regional university. And as you know, Malden we started in 1988, and then we used that model to go forward in Kennett and Sikeston. And so we think it's very successful, and it's very important. We have 1,400 students south of Cape Girardeau. And access to higher education is one of our missions, and that gives us an opportunity to provide access that students in Cape would be able to have, but those students in Kennett, Malden, and Sikeston wouldn't.
Sure, and the Malden campus, of course, has been a great avenue for both traditional and non-traditional students to achieve higher education, and it's been there for, like you said, for many years, back to '88, and it's been a great asset to this area.
Well, and not only has it been, but we expect it to be even better. As you may or may not know, we have scholarship programs for students. We have financial aid for federal financial aid for students to go to Southeast, and that's very important. We have many four-year programs that students don't even have to leave the campus, which I think is very good. They don't have to make that long trip to Cape Girardeau, as some people say, and it is a ways. We're planning in the future, obviously, actually next fall, to start the ag business in plants and soils at both Sikeston, Kennett, and Malden. And with that, we expect to have 20 to 30 students at Sikeston, 20 to 30 in Malden, and probably about 10 to 15 at Kennett enrolled in that program, so that they can take all 4 years right there on the regional campus. And we think that's very, very, very important. In fact, we feel that it's so important that we are actually hiring a faculty member, and that person's role will be just ag at the regional campuses south of Cape. So we feel that that's a very important part of the community here, and we think it's a very important part for our service region. So that's the ag program. The next item that we have, and especially in Malden, because as you know, the rice breeder is right at Malden, and he's been able to develop some strains of seed that they're now looking to bring forward that will increase productivity by 20%. And when you think about that, that's a huge difference in productivity for rice. In addition, we just signed a cooperative agreement with LSU, Arkansas, Mississippi, and Texas A&M to cooperate with rice breeding and rice research. And when you think of those four institutions plus Southeast, we're the most northern university. And that's an important part, because what they grow in Mississippi, Delta region, is not what we can grow.
Sure.
However, what we're planning to do is use those seeds that they've developed and bring them to Southeast Missouri and see if then we can get a hybrid so that we can grow that type of rice here. It's an unbelievable opportunity. You know, in Missouri we have almost 250,000 acres of rice, and that's kind of hard to believe. Mm-hmm. Most people think it's all cotton. Well, it's not. And so this is a very important part to the economy of our Boot Hill area.
Of course. And as you mentioned, Sikeston, Kennett, and Malden are the regional campuses here in Southeast Missouri for Southeast Missouri State. And of course, we've had Dr. Michael A. talk about that ag program that's going to be coming, and he talked it up really big, that it's going to be one of the finer programs in the Midwest region, if not the country, when it comes to agriculture business.
Well, one of the things that we did is that we asked farmers and we asked people in this region, tell us what you think is necessary for our ag program to teach. The program that you get, that we're going to deliver in the Boot Hill area and the regional campuses, will be somewhat different than what we get on the main campus, in that we've customized some of the courses just for the Boot Hill area, which is very important, at least in my estimation. So I think that that's going to be very beneficial. We've asked the question, what do you need, and how can we help? And we did. We're going to do that, and we're very excited about it. And as you know, we have a Center for Economic Studies at Southeast, and Bruce Dobbins-Lucky, Dr. Dobbins-Lucky, was the individual that, well, you know, you were a graduate of
Sure.
College of Business, did a study on economic impact that our regional campuses have. Just in the dollars that go back into the economy, in Kennett and in Malden, $1 million in each of those cities come from the employees that are actually at the center. That doesn't say anything about, when you think about it, about the businesses that say, oh, well, we like to have our business here in this region because there's an educational facility. So we believe that we want to partner, and we want to develop Southeast Missouri Boot Hill area, and I think we're listening to the citizens, and we wanted to make sure that we help.
Of course, and a great opportunities there at Sikeston, Kennett, and Malden, the regional campuses here in Southeast Missouri. And just to talk about maybe a few other things, the River Campus is a great addition to the Southeast Campus in Cape Girardeau. Talk a little bit about that.
Well, the River Campus has been in existence. It took us 9 years to build it, and we've been working for about a little over 3 years. We started with 250 majors. We now have 500 majors. You've probably read or heard that we're looking to partner with a business, a hotel chain, to have residence hall opportunities there in conjunction with a motel and hotel. A hotel can, if we can guarantee 100 beds for 9 months, and then they can convert them to being sold to other visitors during the summer. We think that's a good opportunity for us. It would put more people in the River Campus. But also what's nice about it is that our hotel hospitality management program can have internships and the like. We are so pleased with, we have 3 venues, as you know. The Bedell is busy all the time. Our students are coming from throughout the United States. We have an excellent faculty, and we see nothing but growth in that area. So that's been a real positive thing. The other idea that we've had is to start a cybersecurity program, and that's new. We're hoping that will grow, because cybersecurity is so important, and there aren't many universities really that have that program. So we have a good base with computer science, information technology, and math and science, and we're going to build on that so that the third and fourth year we'll be able to have graduates come out that are experts in cybersecurity. So we think that's very, very important. The other thing we're doing, because you asked me some of the things that we're doing, is we have a committee called the Southeast in the year 2020. And when you think about it, this is my 20th year at Southeast, and in 1991 when I came, we had, I think, 4 PCs on campus, and if you wanted to do spell check, you had to put in a floppy disk. Now, I know some of you remember that, but those of you that are under 20 or under 25 don't remember that. But and our mainframe probably was in a room of probably 30 by 30 square, so it's 900 square feet. Students now come to campus with a device, a handheld device, that has more power and can get more information from their handheld device than what we could with a mainframe back in 1991. So students learn differently. When you graduated, I think you said in 2008 or 9? 2009?
2008.
2008. You learn differently than the students that are going to graduate in 2011. Technology is advancing in such a rapid rate that we have to decide what are we going to teach, how are we going to teach it, and what should we be teaching. So the 2020 committee will be looking at academic programs, what kind of technology should we be using, should we have more online courses, all of those things that say we want to be the university of first choice in 2020, just like we are right now. We're a university of first choice for students, university first choice for faculty and staff, and university first choice for employers who hire our graduates. We want to continue that.
Sure, and like you said, the technology just changes all the time, and I've only been out of school 3 to 4 years, and it's already changed since I've been out. So it's constantly changing. You have to keep up as best you can.
Absolutely positive.
Of course. Anything else you'd like to touch on when it comes to Southeast?
Well, I do want to touch on one thing, and that's to say that Southeast Missouri State University has been a regional comprehensive university serving the Boot Hill area for many, many years. We have built partnerships with communities, with the regional campuses, with farmers, with employers throughout the Southeast region, and we're here to stay, obviously, and we will provide that access to higher education and the development of the economy. But the thing I'd like to say is that I want to thank the citizens of Southeast Missouri, because without them, it would be almost impossible, especially with the cuts that we're facing in state appropriations, to do some of the things that we're able to do, what we've done in the past and what we're going to be able to do in the future. So on behalf of the faculty and on behalf of the staff, but most importantly on behalf of all the students that we have at Southeast, especially in the Boot Hill region, I want to thank you for what you've done.
Of course, Southeast Missouri State, great opportunity for higher education in our area, of course. And of course, they have the main campus there at Cape Girardeau and the regional campuses at Sikeston, Malden, and Kennett. And you can access any information you want at the website, cmo.edu.
That's correct.
All right. Dr. Dobbins, it's a pleasure to have you in today, a privilege, and you're welcome back anytime.
Well, I appreciate it very much.
Of course.
Thank you.
No problem.